Now, Brando, your Seahawks 4-2, and they are ascending. It feels like each week they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-12, and in other years maybe that's not a gigantic accomplishment, but these Jags come off of beating Kansas City in prime time in a high-flying shootout style game, and the Seahawks are proving week in and week out that they are consistently good in consistent areas, and that is this defense, Sam Darnold, and maybe the best wide receiver in the NFL, or certainly an argument for it right now, JSN, who has 8 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown. Sam Darnold, 295, 2 touchdowns. These Seahawks continue to roll. Talk to me about your Hawks, who in the offseason, it didn't feel like we knew a whole lot about, and now it feels like going into week 7, this is a team nobody wants to see right now.
You captured it pretty well there, Z-Bot, in that this does feel like a team that's more coming together, more that it's not peaked or it's been at its best version yet, that you're going to potentially see that down the line. Injuries holding up, hopefully, that's a big question in this NFL season more than ever. But as you talked about, both sides of the ball have a lot to build upon here and feel good about as far as the season goes along through. First, let's just start with the defense. I hammered it last week with my frustrations and going up against that Tampa Bay defense at home and not drawing up more things from a defensive coordinator standpoint to help your players out. McDonald talked about that throughout this week, sort of acknowledging that that was a little bit of the air in the way. Okay, now get the adjustment on point. That's what you did from the rip here. More stack boxes, more simulated pressures, more blitzing in this game to a wider margin, and it was enough of a mix to there where you were giving Trevor Lawrence a lot of problems. Gentlemen, 33 pressures in this game from the Seattle Seahawks defense on only 42 dropbacks for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You quite literally almost had a pressure every single time that Trevor Lawrence was dropping back to pass. You kept that offense down. You stopped the run as they have throughout the course of this season. You got some bodies back in tow in this game, which did help, especially DeMarcus Lawrence, who went just absolutely crazy with a couple of sacks, monster against the run. You've got your whole defensive line really going kind of crazy there in this game, where Byron Murphy had another great game. He's just really come forward. Leonard Williams doing it all across the board. And then offensively to the other side of it. Yeah, Jackson Smith-Njigba right now is on pace for 1,972 yards this year, which, folks, that would break the all-time NFL record for receiving yards in a season. Now, granted, we haven't quite hit the halfway mark. There's a lot more work to be done here. But consider the fact that Sam Darnold is only 20th in passing attempts in the NFL right now. So he's on this blistering pace without having the back of the benefits of that high-volume passing attack you would typically see. Certainly Calvin Johnson saw it when he set the record a couple of years ago.